Yes.
Green.
Well, we were checking the colors, no?
Uh-huh.
And one color in particular, the class, yesterday's class, was about one color in particular, color purple. Let's give context to Pam, because Pam is entering the class for the first time. So I want you to welcome Pam. Say hello to Pam, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Perfect. So let's
Hi.
give context to Pamela because she needs to know the color code that we manage in the class. Okay, for these classes, Pam, I try to eliminate grammar because grammar is confusing, is for teachers, is not for speaking, but it's necessary for correction. Okay, so I substitute the grammar names for colors.
Okay.
Okay, when we study adjectives, you will see the words in color orange. When we study nouns and pronouns, you will see the words in color blue. When we study verbs, you are going to see the words in color green. Connectors are yellow, expressions are brown, and yesterday we were talking about purple words that are called grammatically, the name is adverbs, but in context, they are time expressions
Okay.
and emphasizers. And precisely, people, the topic yesterday were emphasizers. We are learning the application of these words. Who remembers one emphasizer? Only one. This is not an exam. Who remembers it?
Berry.
Excellent, Val. Very. Like when you say, thank you very much. Like when you say, this is very nice. Like when you say, hamburgers are very delicious. So these words, very, really, are emphasizers, and we are studying how to say them, how to use them, what combinations are possible, and what combinations are impossible. Yesterday, we practiced very, we practiced not very, and we practiced really.
Mm.
Do you have any question with very or really?
No, teacher.
Very good. Hello, Karen.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Just look at me, Karen.
Yes. you are. You look good. You look very good.
That's it.
Delicious.
That's a perfect description. That's good. So let's continue now with quite. Okay? The next word is the word quite. And let me help you with the colors. Color quite is color purple. And the word quite, are you familiar with this word? Not really, right?
No.
That's super important. This means if you are not familiar with quite, then we need to indicate that this is a new word. Everybody in your glossary, take a note with a new word.
Quite.
Yep. Let me check in the dictionary what's the level. It's A1. That's a very easy word, but we are going to include it, okay? We are going to include it as A2 because this is not very common. Quite. Give me the definition. Caesar, hallelujah, you came.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, my friend. Okay, let's begin 2024 with all the power. Okay?
Okay, teacher, yes, I'm ready.
Excellent. Give me definition.
Is also strong and means the same thing as very and really.
Exactly. Technically, the word quite is a synonym. It's a synonym to very and really. So if you see the examples, a synonym, and this is a tip, okay? Let me include this as a tip. Purple tip. A synonym can replace the word its equal in a sentence. Who knows what's the meaning of replace? What's the meaning of replace?
Like with the same meaning?
Kind of, nope. Who can tell me what's replace, guys? Let me check the level, no? Let me go to the dictionary. Let's go to the replace. Ah, it's E2, eh? And you know, I think we saw this word in previous classes, eh? So everybody should know what is replace. Val should know.
Change word to a word.
Okay, I like it. To change, right? To take the place of another word. For example, if I have this chair, my chair is old, I need to buy another to replace it.
Okay.
And my microphone is old, I buy a new microphone to replace it. Well, tip. A synonym can replace its equal in a sentence. For example, if you see, I've been quite tired these past couple days, quite tired, I can replace quite with very. And I can say, I've been very tired these past couple days. You understand?
Yes.
The same thing with really. I've been really tired these past couple days. That's the function of a synonym. In English, it's super effective to expand your vocabulary with synonyms. You want to speak English? Expand vocabulary on synonyms. That's a tip. So let's read the next example. Read the next example. Karen.
It is quite near the park gate.
Replace quite with its synonym.
It is very near the park gate.
Exactly. Or
It is really near the park gate.
correct, my lady. You did a good job. Questions on vocabulary?
No.
Cool. Number 3. Help me, Mitch.
But she didn't feel quite ready.
Correct. Replace it with synonyms.
But she didn't feel too ready. But she
Incorrect.
didn't.
The word to is not included in the synonyms.
No.
Mm-mm.
And no, and so no include.
It's only very and really. That's it.
Um, okay. But she didn't feel very ready.
Exactly. Or
She didn't feel really ready.
exactly, my lady. That's correct. Good job. As you can see, the word quite is usually used with a description. Oh, by the way, let me give you a list of words that usually go together. Let me open my dictionary. Let me give you collocations with quite. Let me give you these combinations with quite. Insert. This needs to be orange because we're talking about adjectives. And we go. Combinations using quite. I feel I was quite the movie was quite amazing. Yes, Caesar.
I have one.
Okay.
For example, be quiet.
Oh, that's different. Quiet is a description. The spelling is a different word.
Oh,
You see?
yeah.
Quiet, which is similar to silent, is an adjective color orange.
Okay,
This is
teacher.
not quiet. This is quite.
Quite.
Okay,
yes.
my dyslexia.
Dyslexic. Are you dyslexic? Nah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's
Maybe.
nah. Well,
Yeah.
that's only a professional can say that. I don't know. The next one, quite brilliant. Many people say quite brilliant, like intelligent, you know? Brilliant is a word that is used as synonym of intelligent. Take a note. And I have comfortable, for example. This sofa is quite comfortable, etc. What is interesting in this case is that you can also emphasize verbs. What color is verbs?
Green.
Perfect. So when you say quite, You can say, I quite like that painting. Yesterday, we saw a group of verbs with really. Do you remember? What was the combination? What verbs can you say with really? I really like. I really
Enjoy.
enjoy. Very good. I really
I really love.
love. Very good. Another.
Hate.
I really hate. Very good. All of these verbs can go with quite. So you can say, I quite. Anyone?
It's the same. I quite love.
Exactly. Quite love.
Quite hate.
Say quite hate.
Quite enjoy.
Quite enjoy. The one we have here.
Quite beautiful.
Well,
no.
beautiful is a description,
Sorry.
right? But quite.
Tired.
Can you repeat?
Tired. No.
Tired is a description too.
Yes.
But
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, in the orange section, yes.
Okay.
But in the green section, verbs.
Okay.
Quite like, quite love, quite hate, quite enjoy. Similar to really. Really like, really love, really hate, really enjoy. Any question?
No, teacher.
Fantastic. Let's go to the next. We have pretty, yes. What's the next adjective? What's the next emphasizer we need to study?
Pretty.
Pretty.
Correct. Let's go now to pretty. Let me switch positions because it's very tiny. Okay. What's the definition of pretty? Pam, help me with the definition.
Pretty is a little less strong than very. Modesty.
Pronunciation. Majesty.
Modesty.
Good job. This is when you have modesty. It's very different to say, this is really good, and to say, oh, this is pretty good. You see what I mean?
Okay.
The sensation is different. And in English, adverbs have sensations. So this is the phase that you need to identify. Pretty good. Pretty nice. Pretty funny. Let's see, check the examples. Continue, Pam, with the examples.
Examples. This soap tastes pretty bad. Not really bad, but bad.
Continue.
Okay. I think she thinks pretty well. Not really well, but well. I'm
Exactly.
pretty tired after a long day of skiing. Not really tired, but tired.
That's the one. You see that how really, quite, and very are very strong. But pretty is modest. Pretty is not very, not really. You see what I mean?
Yes.
That's the difference, and that's the intention with emphasizers. You need to understand that the degree of intention. pretty. I want you to think, everybody think on an example when something was pretty, whatever. I think on movies. For example, in my opinion, the last Napoleon movie was beautiful. But my friends consider it was pretty bad. Actually, one friend told me it was pretty boring. Not really boring, but boring. What about you? Think about examples when something was modestly good, bad, positive, negative.
Teacher, for question, I can use this.
Not really. Normally, when you make a question, you don't have an intention,
Mm.
right? You don't say, for example, is the movie pretty good? You are responding yourself, you know?
Yes.
That's why we don't use emphasizers question. You respond with emphasizers. The movie was pretty good, pretty bad, really bad, very bad. But in a question is not normal. So I have a question for you. What do you think about the television show ¿Quién es la máscara?
I don't see the television.
You don't see the television.
No,
Why not?
really.
That's perfect.
Because,
That's perfect. Why not?
because my time is quite limited.
Okay, it's quite limited. Very good. In this
Thank you.
case, it's very, very, very limited. So I agree. Can you tell me something about pretty about television?
Okay. Fútbol americano.
American football in English.
American football. Pretty good.
Nice. You forgot the verb.
It's
American
pretty.
football is pretty
It's
good.
pretty good.
Fantastic. Very happy.
Mhm.
Who else has an example with pretty? Something that is modestly good, modestly bad. Karen.
Me, teacher. I think Six Flags is pretty funny.
Pretty funny. I like it. Yes, it is. And not like super, really, really funny, but fun. It's
Yes.
positive. Good. Good job. What about Val? Give me an example using pretty.
I think the Marvel's movies
Yes.
are pretty good.
Good. Perfect. They're not splendid, magnificent, but they're pretty good. You can have a good time. Good job. Does anybody else have an example? Jessie or Pam?
My dad drive pretty well.
Your dad, exactly. Now be careful when you speak about people in general, you need to say drives.
Drives, okay.
Repeat.
My dad drives pretty well.
Pretty well. Good job. So as you can see, this word pretty is very similar to the other, no? Don't confuse pretty orange versus pretty purple. Let me show you. the difference. There are two different pretties in the dictionary. One is a description, and the other is an emphasizer. Don't confuse these two. Do you understand the difference?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Very, very nice. That's it. That's pretty much it with pretty. Pretty nice, pretty good, pretty difficult. Not very difficult, but difficult.
Pretty. No, it's
Pretty,
not.
pretty. You can say that, eh?
Okay.
Oh, surprise, surprise. It sounds ridiculous, but it's possible.
Okay.
Oh, yes, she's pretty pretty. And people understand. Of course, it's funny. Some American people will think that this sounds funny, but it's possible.
Like pretty handsome.
Right, pretty handsome. Exactly, you can say pretty handsome, pretty attractive, pretty beautiful, pretty pretty. Oh, yes. Good questions. You came back with energy. I like it. I really like it. Okay, now let's go to the higher power, the strong ones. So, what is so? Help me, Jessica's more.
Yes, teacher. So is stronger than very.
Oh, yes.
Examples. I'm so tired of hearing the neighbors argue.
Okay, that's new. Let's go to the pronunciation.
Argue. I don't know.
Mhm.
Argue.
Do you remember what's argue?
Argue. Argue.
Argue.
Okay.
Like argument.
Yes and no, because argument is what is an argument?
Speaking or have a I don't know.
Do you know a verbal fight?
Yes, I think.
No?
Uh-huh.
Well, you are correct, Jessie. Argument is when you have a verbal fight. And when you argue, you are literally fighting with a person. This people, when you argue, you are having a confrontation. Okay, and that's of course a very negative way. This word argue is a verb.
Argue.
So this person is so tired of hearing the neighbors argue.
So they were hearing the neighbors argue.
Exactly. So every time you want to say very, 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 I prefer to say so.
So.
The strong one is so. I am so tired of hearing the neighbors argue. Do you understand this?
Yes. I'm so.
Good job. Read the next one, yes.
Of course, teacher. We're so glad we're so glad you decided to come work for us.
That's correct.
More than very glad.
More than very glad.
More than very glad.
That's
So
correct.
glad.
Then I have a question. Who can tell me a synonym of glad?
Like
Excited?
Kinda. Excited is more powerful. I would say that glad is similar to happy.
happy.
Glad is definitely similar to happy. Oh, you were
More
gonna say
happy.
that, Caesar?
No, I have happy. I have told you happy.
You didn't have told me. You were going to say.
I were going to say happy.
Oh, I were. I.
I was.
Exactly. I was going to say.
I was going to say happy.
You were correct. Yes, glad is similar to happy. So super happy, so happy, or very happy. Super happy, so happy. Let's keep a note on this one. Everything you want to say very. Better say sorry. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Changing topic. What happens to the bottom? So, help me, Mitch, read the second section.
So usually has a consequence to description. She talks so fast that sometimes I don't understand what she says.
That's
Uh,
correct.
more than
So,
very
exactly. Sorry, I interrupted you. In this particular case, we are talking about the word so plus the word, plus the word that. And this we will go on color yellow. Check this out. In this case, we are talking about a situation with a consequence. So let me collocate an idea here, talking about emphasis, no, idea number one, and then followed by a consequence. For example, she talks so fast. This is idea number one. Okay? She talks so fast, or so description, that, then you have the connector. She talks so fast that sometimes I don't understand what she says. This is the consequence that I am talking about in this section. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I have an example. I can say, I am so glad for the rosca. Yeah. That I put it in my background. Look at this. It's wonderful. I am so, so glad that I put it. Finally, 1 year. 1 year waiting. What about you? Tell me more. Who has an idea? This is usually a description, so let's put it for color orange.
I
Fast.
have an example, teacher. I know.
Ellen Pam. 1, 2, 3, action, Pam.
I'm so starving that I eat a hamburger.
Nice. Good job. Good, good, good. I'm so starving. You know, it's usually the word starving is very hungry.
Okay.
So when you say so starving, it's like
Okay.
so, you know?
Okay. Okay.
Better
So
use the word hungry.
okay. I so hungry that I eat a hamburger.
Exactly. I'm so hungry that I ate a hamburger. That's a good example. With a consequence. Good job. Good, good job. Who's next? So this, so that, that.
For example, he was so dresser.
So what?
That dresser
Dresser.
is like fancy.
Is what? Can you repeat?
Dresser is like fancy.
Fancy. I would say, he was so dressed. Pronunciation, dressed.
Dressed.
He
He
sounds
was so dressed
correct.
that I got impressed.
Exactly. But again, impressed.
Impressed.
Correct. Exactly.
He,
Repeat your example. That was very good.
he was so dressed that I got impressed.
Very good. Good. That's a nice, nice example. Who's next? Another consequence.
Me, teacher.
Excellent, Karen. We'll go.
I eat so fast
Okay.
that sometimes I have stomachache.
Good job. Exactly. Just remember, forgot the You are using
I.
to double verb. Repeat.
I I eat so fast that sometimes I have a stomachache.
Stomach.
Stomach.
Oh, okay. We have an issue.
Stomach.
Remember that the CH is always K. The pronunciation is always K.
Stomach.
Stomach, but also ache.
Stomachache.
Cake. It's like, imagine you say cake.
Cake. Stomachache.
Cake. Stomach cake.
Stomachache.
Exactly. That's a correct pronunciation.
Stomachache. Okay.
Stomach cake. Good job. That's a bad situation, but good example.
Yes.
Good example. And then. Cesar, you have one in the chat. That's good. Come on, say it.
Yeah, I have two examples.
Cool.
One is so delicious I couldn't stop eating.
Okay. That included that. Eh? So delicious that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm omit.
Yep.
So delicious that I couldn't stop eating,
Mhm.
and I worked so hard that I received a promotion.
Oh, good job. That's a good example. Is your promotion true?
No, it's imaginary.
Please
I hope.
declare it. Okay?
Yeah, I hope.
Declare it. Don't hope it. Declare it. I will obtain a promotion.
Okay, I told to universe.
Exactly. Communicate with the universe.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. That's it. So, do you see the difference?
Yes.
Perfect. The next one is going to be a surprise. Because in the next part, we are going to practice with two. We are going to cover two emphasizers together. Okay? In the next section, we are going to cover, let me hide slide and go directly to and enough. And technically, we're going to confront to versus enough because they are very similar, but grammatically, the position is very different. Attention. Let me eliminate this and this and this so you can look. Position. Okay, that looks better. Help me with the first section. Val.
Two indicates that there is too much of a quality or too much or too many of some object. Enough means that there is no need for more of a quality of or object. Here are some examples. Continue.
Yes, let's read the examples only.
Okay. She's too sad these days. I wonder what's wrong.
Mhm.
I don't have enough sugar. Let's go to the supermarket. You're driving too slowly. There are too many students in this class. It should be smaller. This test is difficult enough already. We have too much pollution in the world.
Perfect. These two words are very tricky because they technically are the same in Spanish, you know? But you cannot say, for example, in example number one, she's too sad these days. You cannot say she's enough sad these days, and that's incorrect. So what's the difference? The word enough, and this is why the colors are important, is used to describe a verb. So you say, for example, verb, and then we have enough. For example, I don't have enough sugar. Which is similar to say sufficient. Do you remember what is sufficient?
Yes.
That's pretty much it. I don't have enough sugar. I don't have sufficient sugar, right? The interesting part is that we only use it with verbs. use enough only with verbs. For example, have enough, or the verb to be enough. Do you remember the verb to be? What is the verb to be?
I am, you are,
Exactly.
he
Is are,
is.
no?
Yes.
So you can say I'm enough, are enough, is enough. But you can never say enough slowly, for example. That's incorrect.
Okay.
So to is used to say the description is really big. No, it's excessive. Let's use the word excessive. And let's put it in color orange. For example, this there is too much sugar in sodas. There is too much sugar in sodas. What is this? Excessive sugar. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Try to identify, in this case, the difference between too much sugar versus sugar enough. And this is going to be your homework for tomorrow. Try to tell me the difference between too much sugar and sugar enough. And we will discuss it in class. Okay? Do you have any question?
Teacher, can you repeat the homework? I don't know.
Sure. The homework is, tell me the difference between too much sugar and sugar enough. Try to check the difference, investigate what's up if you need to investigate. Some people are telling me in the chat, hey, I know the answer. Don't tell me yet because this is a very long conversation. And tomorrow we can start it. Do you have any question?
No, teacher.
Awesome.
Sure.
Because tomorrow we have exercises. Tomorrow we continue with exercises, speaking. There's going to be a lot of speaking tomorrow. So practice. Remember these words because tomorrow you have a mini exam, a mini speaking exam. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher.
Tomorrow.
See you.
Bye, guys. See you later, girls. See you, Caesar.
Bye.
Have a good night.